Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Living a Sustainable and Happy Lifestyle. Now, on this video, I'm literally going to be looking at the well-being of ourselves and not allowing other people to affect the way we think, our thought patterns, and how we feel. So, in life, whether it be at work, whether it be at home, whether it be on the street, always have positive affirmations in your mind. Now, with you going through your life problems and dealing with your self-well-being, you've got to look after number one, and that's yourself. Because if you're not well yourself or you're not good yourself, how can you help other people? I've always had in the past that I've always had people say that I'm a bit selfish and, I do things, I come first before everyone else. And I think we all are to a point like this. But what I say is, don't bully yourself up by people saying you're selfish, because you've got to make yourself feel good before you're even able to help anyone else to make them feel good. So how can you help somebody else to feel good about themselves when you actually don't feel good about yourself either? So concentrate on yourself first before being able to help others. And I do mean that sincerely. Now, what I'm going to go through is different stages and different scenario situations. Whether it be, like I said before, whether it be at work, at home, on the street, it's full of positive people, but life is full of negative people. So when you have somebody in one of those situations or one of those places and they give you like a nasty look, don't react to it. Don't react to it, because they are projecting how they feel about themselves and what they're going through, and they're wanting to take it out on somebody else. So just carry on like as if you don't even see them. Carry on like as if you didn't even notice them staring at you. Carry on like as if they're not going to affect you. Now, the next one is when people come out with negative comments or belittling comments or comments which don't make you feel good about yourself. Well, you've got to then, there again, look at the situation. They are being like that towards you because they've got their own issues and they've got their own problems. And because they can't deal with them themselves, they're projecting it onto the easiest target around them. And that could be you. So when people are like this, don't take it personally. Just avoid them. Don't acknowledge them. Or don't acknowledge at least that it's got to you. And just be in a situation where you don't have to bump into them too much. Be in a place where you avoid any confrontation with this person, because this person is basically using you as a target and they're trying to project on how they feel about themselves or their situation or their life. So they end up saying nasty things to people. So just avoid them. Now, when you have people in any of these scenarios, work, home, on the street, there are a lot of people who've got a lot of issues, and it could be when you're driving, that'd be another situation. Someone's acting aggressive towards you, someone swears at you, puts their finger up at you. If you are wrong, say, sorry, it's my fault, and just back off. But if you know that you weren't at wrong and they're in the wrong, don't act the way they are towards you, because you know why? They've got a reaction. They've broken down your borders and your boundaries, and they've got a reaction from you. So if anybody cuts you up on the road, drives into your lane, yeah, give them a bib to warn them. And if they have the problem, say, you're in my line, you're in my lane, or you cut me up. But the best thing is to avoid the confrontation in the first place. Even if they're in the wrong, the best thing is don't acknowledge them. Don't acknowledge them. Slow down, let them overtake, let them get on with their merry way. If they pull in front of you and slam on their brakes, basically just avoid them and back off from these people, purely because this is road rage. So that's another way of people projecting how they feel about themselves and their life, and because they can't handle it themselves, they want to take out on somebody on the road. So I would avoid confrontation. Now, if it's somebody who you meet regularly, bump into regularly, could be within the family, could be within your household, could be within your work placement, it could be people you bump into regularly on the street. All I can say is this: be polite and just don't react to anything they say, because remember, all these people have got a problem with their life, a problem with how they're feeling, a problem with what's going on in their life, and they're using you as an excuse to vent that. So what I'm saying is, try and not react to anybody who makes your self-well-being at risk. Because what we must not allow is, with all these different scenario situations, we must not allow them to get in our heads and plant that seed. Because these are the people who are only the inadequate ones. These are the people who belittle. These are the people who are bullies. These are the people who've got a chip on their shoulder. But these are the people, if anything, just avoid. Avoid contact, avoid talking to them, avoid reacting to them. Because you know what? Eventually, they get bored. They get bored and they just back off you and they won't bother with you anymore. Because if you don't give them a reaction in the first place, they got nothing, no reason to come back to you. Because if they're not getting a reaction, which is what they want, because they want to vent their problems in their life onto you, they'll just get bored and they'll move on. So that's another one. Now the other thing is when people are a bit two-faced, sort of double standards, malicious gossips, avoid them, avoid getting involved, and avoid any form of confrontation. Because at the end of the day, these are still, at the end of the day, the people who feel inadequate, the people who feel inferior, the people who are bullies, and the people who belittle, is they are pretty much projecting their own anger or their own hatred or their own issues and problems and projecting it by nastily and mouthing people off, which is really not a good thing. So that's that subject on your mental well-being within your mind and within your thoughts and how people are to you. So I know I keep on repeating this, but I want to do this and keep repeating it because I want to make sure that you absorb this So at the end of the day, if there's any form of negativity, whether it's somebody talking to you, whether it's the way they act towards you, whether it's the way they are on the road, on the street, at home, within work, avoid confrontation, avoid arguments, and avoid reactions. And just let them know within your mind, not telling them, but within your mind, I don't like this person. I don't like the person the way they are towards me. I don't like the way they talk to me. I don't like the way they act towards me. But I am not going to let them affect my day and affect my life and affect my way of thinking. And erase the idea of even thinking about them anymore. It's done and dusted. Put it to the back of your mind. Forget it. Now, I've got one other quick little thing which I'm going to do before this video finishes. And this is this. Procrastination. Procrastination is a thief of time. What I'm going to say to everyone for their well-being is when there's something you really don't want to do and there's a list of things you need to do, always do the hardest and the most awkward situation to deal with straight away. Because when you start on the hardest thing to deal with, every other little job or little thing which you need to do within your life, it becomes easier because you dealt with the hardest thing already. So all the other little things which seem to be big aren't really that big, because when you get around to doing it, you're thinking, oh God, why did I put this off for so long? It's basically procrastination. It's a thief of time. So in order, if you ever think about going to bed, before you go to bed, write a list of all the things you need to do and write them in as you think of them, and then write another list of the things which are the things you will want to avoid the most to do. Well, come the following day, see if you think differently. And that list, from the hardest thing to do, or the thing you don't want to do the least, do that first. Then every single other little job which you do will just feel like a breeze. And that will be a burden off your mind, because every time there's always something in the back of your mind thinking, you've got to do it, you've got to do it. All that time stressing and worrying about it, by the time you do it, it weren't that bad in the end, was it? So always do the hardest job first, or the more awkward job, or the job you don't want to do the least, do that first. And then all the other jobs which you need to do will just seem like a breeze, and it would be like a walk in the park. But anyway, I'm coming to the end of this video, and look, have a damn good week. Remember, think positively, act positively, speak positively, and it doesn't cost anything to be nice to one another. So have a good week, have a good day, and look after yourself. This is now video 8 of living a sustainable and happy lifestyle. Take care of each other, and who knows what I will think of doing for the next video next week. Take care, have a good week, and I'm out. Take care of each other. Bye.